Yes, yes, yes. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to That's My Story, episode 10.
Yeah.
If this is your first time joining us, That's My Story is a platform which allows us to bring on some of your favorite artists, producers, musicians, and get into a deep dive of their musical journey. I go by the name of Jerry Midas Hardison. Co-hosting along with me is the lovely Miss Shelly Clark White. We got Mr. Brandon Stevens and also Mr. Ken Knox. How we doing today, guys and gals?
Great. Awesome. How y'all doing?
Doing fine. And ladies and gentlemen that are at home, while we're giving you a few minutes to get situated, we always like to remind you guys to go on over to YouTube, go to our official Chairmen of the Board page, like and subscribe. Therefore, when we drop new content, you will be the first ones to be notified.
Yes.
All right.
So I think we're going to take a few moments before we bring on our special guests. We're going to acknowledge a few of our viewers. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching live, please drop us a comment and let us know where you are viewing from. Your city, state, your country, what have you.
Yeah.
And we hope that during this time, everybody's still staying safe. You're quarantining as you feel the need to. Also, when you're going out and about in public and whatnot, follow the CDC guidelines. Continue to wear your mask, wash your hands, sanitize, be safe. And Ken, it looks like we got something coming up soon, huh? While we getting a moment to get situated, it looks like we may be hitting the road.
I think
pretty soon.
I think we're next Friday, July the 10th. We hitting Oak Island, North Carolina.
North Carolina.
For their festival.
Yes, indeed. So we're looking forward to that. It's been a long time. It's been a long time.
Yeah. So we're going to practice safe distancing and stuff like that, and we have to stay safe.
Yes, indeed.
We probably have to wear our masks.
Got to. Well, let's recognize a few of our viewers, and then we'll bring out our special guests in the evening. You guys got any folks you want to shout out real quick?
Well, we got Karen McBride watching from the UK. What's up,
Karen?
Karen?
What's up, Karen? I dropped a comment to her earlier. I think she just finished doing some work around the house. I said, "You're tuning in tonight?" Or this afternoon. She said it'll be 11 tonight, but I'm looking forward to being there. We appreciate you.
Yes.
We got Miss Lisa Ron is on.
Hey, Lisa.
Okay.
Debbie Gooding, Neil Dugans over in the UK also.
Hey, Neil. I'm still waiting on my mask, Neil.
One of our merchandise ladies is on, Miss Joyce Jacobs, mother to the band.
My sister Joyce.
Speaking of mothers, my own actual mother is on. Hey, Mom. I appreciate your support every week, Mom. You have no idea.
How you doing, Miss Hardison? Nice.
You have no idea.
Miss
Retta Lynch.
Yeah.
Shout out to Miss Tammy Griffith.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So that's just wanted to say hello to a few of you. Again, guys, let us know where you are viewing the program from, your city, state, country, what have you. All right. So without any further ado, we have a special guest, one of our local legends, not local just based on his the accomplishments, but I say local because he is near our backyard as far as where Ken, Brandon, and I live. And then this gentleman and I also had the opportunity to exchange pleasantries, and we crossed paths many times at a common establishment up in Huntersville, North Carolina. Always a genuine guy, always nice things to say, very humble. So without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome musician, writer, producer, arranger, and actor, Mr. Rodney Shelton.
All right.
What's up, buddy?
Hey, we on?
Yeah, man.
There he is.
I'm good. How are you?
Y'all can see me?
We can see you.
We see you. See all those records in the background.
How's everybody doing?
Doing fine.
Great, man.
Great. What about yourself?
I'm doing great, man.
Yeah.
Can't complain too much.
Quarantining well?
Yeah, for the most part. Yeah.
All right. Cool deal.
It's a good
All
time
right.
working on jump shot.
Yeah, oh, for sure. Hey, and if anything, we should all come out of this with at least one or two new trades. You guys are actually seeing one of my new trades weekly.
Okay.
So we keeping it going, but that's the beautiful part of it. But I'm not going to prolong the time. I'm gonna pass it on to Mr. Brandon and let him kick this thing off.
All right. Yeah. Well, Rodney, let's go ahead and talk about your early years. Now, you are originally from Martinsville, Virginia, and when you were 13, you put together your first band, and you performed at schools and local clubs. So talk about that a little bit, getting started in Martinsville and having your first musical experiences.
Yeah, man, I had I played drums as a kid. I loved playing the drums. So that was my first love for sure. And then I got together with some friends of mine, named it Thomas Harrison, Chester, and his brother Curtis, and we formed this band called Shades of Soul. And my name was out front only because my dad bought all the gear. So
As it should be.
So my dad was like, "Hey, I was really small too, so he was like, your name would be out front." So we had like a van, and my mom made us clothes, and
wow!
Because we started to win all the talent shows, right? And it got to the point where on the talent show we couldn't compete anymore because we'd always win. So we would be a special guest at the talent shows, and then all the little shows that came through Martinsville or Danville, we would do opening acts for everybody that came. Okay. So it was cool. So, and we were doing schools and doing, I played in the marching band, so I could do the football game and go right to the cafeteria and play the after game dance.
Nice.
So I did that all through school. I did that, and my father used to own a company. My dad he sold hubcaps and wheels and tires and furniture and had a garbage service. So I worked really hard as a kid. Matter of fact, Ken, I thought that song was about me.
Oh my God.
About me, Ken. I'm a son, get the family through.
Yeah. Like your dad was leaving it in your hands.
Right.
Yeah.
No doubt,
there you go.
Wow.
Yeah, that's the trip there.
But my dad was very supportive of my music thing, and he definitely anything that I wanted to do, he always supported that. My father, so
yeah, that's great.
Awesome. So one of the first groups that you opened up for was Betty Wright and King Floyd. Is that correct?
Yeah, man, we did Betty Wright, and
awesome.
And this band, you see that poster, the Funky Nassau Band was her band.
The T-Bird Country Club.
Yeah, they show up to the club, and her brother played guitar, and he was there with her manager, and so her band didn't show up. So they started talking to us about, hey, what songs do y'all know that she can do? And we knew like, "I'll Take You There" by Staple Singers. We knew "Think" by Glenn Collins, and stuff like that. And we went in the back and learned "Babysitter," and we learned "Clean Up Woman."
Okay.
And, I played drums, and I played like more of an adult than I played like a kid. I tried to put in the pocket in. So we had a gig with her, man, and it was something else, man. It was packed. And then of course, the club owner, after the gig, he docked her a lot of money, and he paid us. He paid because her band didn't show up.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And so the club owner, he paid my father some more money. And Betty was back crying. She was she was upset. And my dad gave her all the money that they gave us extra. He gave it to her.
Oh, wow. Your dad seemed like a great guy, man. That's where you get it from, huh?
My dad's a good man, for sure.
Absolutely.
And then the King Floyd thing, we did King Floyd right after that. And it's the first time, Jerry and Brandon, I saw a guy playing keyboard bass.
Okay.
He had that Fender key bass on top of the Rhodes. And it was, I was like, man, I've never seen that before, right?
Right.
And something else about King Floyd, my mother was like beautiful. She was like Halle Berry, right? My mom was really, really pretty, right?
Okay.
And so when we saw my mom backstage, King Floyd was like trying to hit on my mother, right? And, they told King Floyd, hey, if you want to keep on grooving it,
Yeah.
Because my dad was so crazy, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. You better chill.
That was a cool experience playing with the King Floyd thing. Matter of fact, especially you, Jerry, that bass is actually the bass that's on the record too.
Okay.
Yeah, he said he played bass on that record. So
okay, so he did a lot of key bass on the actual project.
Yeah, man. So that was really cool experience, man, doing that.
That's awesome, man. That's wow. Did you start out playing and did you do any church stuff like coming up at all? I just like to ask everybody that because I know church is usually the hub where we can hone our skills and we get plenty of opportunity to do music and sing and all of that stuff.
But it's funny you said that, man. I was raised Presbyterian. So my church we started at 11 o'clock and at 12:15, I was at Hardy's, right? It was a short service. And so I really missed the traditional Black gospel vibe.
Okay.
I think that I missed that upbringing, and that. So like I can play Black gospel now, but it won't be authentic. So
I understand.
And the guys like I know around town to play B3, I mean, I'm just in awe of that skill set. So I kind of miss that skill set.
I got you, but you still do a wonderful job. I just wanted to ask you that real quick before we went on, But yeah, definitely, you still do awesome, man. I was just curious about that little aspect.
I appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Well, Ken, let's move it over to Ken. I think he's got a little bit of information to get from Rodney about the next phase of his career.
Yeah, Rodney. The next phase, I think. You landed in this band called Curio. Is that correct?
Well, the next phase before Curio, Ken, I started doing outside of college. I started playing in some show bands. Playing this band called Times Square.
Okay.
Remember that band, Ken? Times Square.
Times Square.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes. Okay.
It was a big horn band. That's when I first met, our friend Ziad.
Right.
Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And it was a big, and we played like, how it is now. You go out for Friday and a Saturday and you come back home. Well, back in that day, Ken, we played club, Monday through Saturday, next club. It was like on the road all the time.
Wow.
And we had some great people in that band playing. But man, after that, I did it about 2 years and I thought to myself, I wanted to write songs.
Mm-hmm.
So I got off the road and I landed a job playing piano bar at a Marriott here in town in Charlotte. Okay. I played for this young lady named Marta Christmas. And what's so funny about that piano bar gig, prior to doing that gig, I knew 4 chords, I knew some fun songs, but I didn't know any standards. And so I had to go to a man named Jim Stack, and he helped me learn at least 40 or 50 standards to start playing piano bar. But during that time, I was just writing music. I was writing songs, like a song a day. And I would go down, I would write them and go record them down to my friend's studio, Jake, who's actually in Curio.
Okay.
And, how did Curio come about?
That's how, it came about first with, I was writing a lot of songs, daily. I was just writing and recording songs. And I was singing songs myself too, and I am no singer, but I sang well enough to get my point across, right?
Right, I feel you.
And working at the Marriott, they had a show band that came through there named Joe Trippy and Fantasy, and the guitar player in that band. Matter of fact, Shelly, the drummer in that band was my friend Mike Licata, who knows Verdine. So he played, the guitar player was this guy who could sing his butt off, he could play and sing, and I met him. I turned the songs on to him, and he said, "You know what? I love this stuff." He moved from Wisconsin to Charlotte so we could start forming the band. And then we formed that band. So he heard all my songs, and he said, "Man, this is great." He can really, really sing. He's a very talented guy. And so we started just recording these songs, Jake and I and Michael. And we had about 10 songs, demos. And a friend of ours gave it to another person in LA named Howard Rosen. And that's how it kind of got started, man. And then Howard listened to our demo, and he was crazy about it. What's really crazy about the Howard Rosen thing too, prior to Howard Rosen, Earl the Pearl Monroe.
Yeah, Earl the Pearl.
Player.
Yeah, the basketball player.
Yeah, you know, the man, right? You know, I'm a big basketball guy, so Earl the Pearl called me because he had a label called Pretty Pearl Records.
Wow.
And he flew me to New York, and I stayed with Earl for 4 days at his house. He has a brownstone in New York. And first of all, just him playing basketball was my thing. I was like, man, this is Earl the Pearl Monroe.
Absolutely.
But he had a band he owned called BB&Q. They had a song called If You're Ready or Not, It's Only on the Beat, Everybody's Dancing. Well, that was his band.
Okay.
And he owned that song. And he wanted us to go out and be BB&Q and go tour overseas as that band. No, I was like, no, I don't want to do that. And so after that, Howard Rosen got us signed to a production deal with Stuart Levine, who produced everybody. He produced the Crusaders, Sly Stone, Vinnie Rippleton, Joe Cocker. I mean, everybody. He produced all these people. Simply Red. And the big thing, he was married to Quincy Jones's oldest daughter, Jolie.
Okay.
So, we were kind of thrown into that camp. And that was a great experience, man.
Not a bad camp.
It wasn't a bad camp at all.
Not at all. Okay.
So Howard got you guys signed to Motown?
Well, he got us signed to Oliver Production, which was Stuart Levine's and Jolie Jones's production company. And then what they did, they paid for the whole record to be recorded. And man, we had awesome background singers. Awesome. I mean, Stuart brought everybody in, right? So what they did after the record was finished, they actually shopped it around to all the labels, Virgin, Atlantic, everybody. They shopped it to everybody because it was more of a pop kind of record more than it was an R&B record. You know, it was like a pop thing. And so Virgin was the first choice because Virgin was more pop at that time.
Yeah.
But Gerald Busby, who's passed away, Busby, God rest his soul, but Gerald was president of Motown at the time. And Stuart called Gerald, and Gerald said, "You like it?" And Stuart said, "I love this project." And at the time, Gerald Busby, he was trying to take Motown in a jazz and a pop direction. Not just being R&B. So he came to the studio and he heard the songs and he loved it. So he signed us. He signed.
Was the song "I Can't Stay"?
Yeah, that was our first single, and I wrote that song in about 30 minutes on a Casio keyboard. You know, the Casio.
The Casio with the speakers. The speakers built into the keyboard.
Drum machine on it.
Yeah. We all had one of them at one point.
Yeah, man, you gotta have one.
I think we have a clip of that, Rodney.
Huh?
I think we have a video clip of that song.
Yeah, we got a clip of the song.
Uh-oh.
Nice.
That was you with all the hair right there, huh?
But you know what else? We also have a photograph from that time period.
Yes.
Let's see that.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Look at her. Hey, you modeling, Rodney? He's modeling.
Yeah.
Check him out. That's all right, man. That's all right. Did we lose him?
We lost him.
He'll be signed back on.
Did you get mad at him?
No. we dug too far in the archives. Hang on a second.
Rodney?
Well, while we wait, let's acknowledge a few more of our viewers.
Okay.
I think he might have to sign back on. Hang on, guys. We're
Debbie
doing this
McFadden.
live.
Oh,
Miss
my
Debbie
partner,
McFadden, how you doing?
McFadden, yes.
Who else?
Hattie
We got
Rogers is in the building.
Hattie
Okay now?
Rogers.
We okay now?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
We thought you
And-
hated the picture that we showed.
Yeah, we thought you logged off because we went too far back in the archives.
No, man, listen. Something just went off. No, hey.
So let me ask you a question.
What's up?
Was Motown responsible for you guys' look, or is something you guys came up with?
You know, Jolie Jones was somebody who was very instrumental in changing our look. So it was crazy. When I got to LA, I had like a little fade haircut, and she took us to this place, and she got us major league hair weaves. Like,
Really?
expensive hair weaves.
Okay.
And it was so crazy. I was in the chair all day getting that hair weave. I went to bed that night, and I woke up, and I had a big mirror in my apartment in LA. I had a big mirror on the wall, so I went to the restroom early, middle of the night, and I saw myself in the mirror.
Yourself.
I scared myself. I was like, "Who is that?" It was crazy, man.
Yeah,
So she was responsible for that look.
Wow.
that's interesting because without knowing that, I would have thought that was your actual hair.
Me too.
You know? Yeah. So
I got dreads later on. When I first thing we had the hair weave. Then I got dreads later on, but I got braids put in my hair, and then my hair kind of grew by itself after that.
Okay.
One more thing, then we'll pass it on to Shelly. I noticed Jake Hunter was in that group.
Yeah, and Jake's a really dear friend of mine, man, a very talented guy. When I met Jake, he had a studio down in Rock Hill, and it was crazy because it didn't have any heat in there. So wherever you had to go, you had to take a quartz heater with you, in each room. And he and I recorded a lot of songs together. So we formed that band together with Mike, and Jake's a dear friend of mine, super duper talented, great engineer, great drum programmer. So yes, that's my dude, man.
Yeah, we work with Jake in the studio as well. So
he's great, isn't he?
Yeah. All right, Shelly, it's on you.
Okay. Thank you, Ken. This next topic is near and dear to my heart that we're going to talk about because we both worked with this same individual, legendary film star Eddie Murphy.
Oh,
and
wow.
I worked for him for about 5 years, and he did a movie, and you guys were in it.
Yeah.
And we have a poster of that film. It's another 48 hours. Is that right?
Yes.
Nice.
There it is.
Yeah.
So tell us how it was being in the film, working with him, and so forth.
The director, his name is Walter, famous director. He directed the first one and everything. So the first 48 hours, they had the bus boys did all the music. And so Stuart Levine got the call. Walter called Stuart Levine and he said, "Hey, I need a band to do this bar scene in this movie." And Stuart said, "I got some guys I'm working with right now. You want to see them?" Yes. So we go to the studio to see Walter Hill, and he looks at us and goes, "Okay, y'all are hired." Nice. Just like that. And then he told me that I look too clean, so make sure I look dirtier, because it's supposed to be a dirty bar scene. So we made sure that we look rough, kind of rough.
Yeah.
So this is crazy. So I started talking to some wardrobe people because I didn't know how this whole process works, right? Mm-hmm. So we went in and did the songs. We did 3 songs in the soundtrack. And Lamont Dozier from the great songwriting team, he wrote 2 of the songs.
Sweet.
And then Michael wrote the other one. So we're in A&M Studios recording those songs. And the first day I got to A&M, I talked to Barry White, Rod Stewart.
Nice.
Who was the other guy I talked? Like right back to back. I was flipping out, man. Going, right, and Barry Stewart, and they all knew Stuart Levine, so they all came into the studio. And it was kind of cool. Yes, they brought in Ray Fuller to play guitar. And Terry Lynn Carrington. Remember Terry Lynn Carrington, the drummer? They brought her in. And did that whole thing. So we did the song. So the first day at wardrobe, the guy told me, he said, Rob, listen to me. He says, you're going to be here for 10 days filming this movie. He said, you got to make sure your first look that you have is something you can live with. Because if you can't, you can be sad. Yeah. So I go to wardrobe. This guy tells me, he gives me this tank top with holes all in it. And these suspenders that says sex on the front of them. He tells me you can't shave. You got to have more of a rougher look in your face. I said, okay, no problem. Yeah. Make your hair look a little rougher. I said, okay, that's no problem. He gave me these pants to wear, and these pants, I'm like, I'm not wearing those pants. They had these big buttons in the front of them and these big bells. I said, I'm not wearing them. I refuse to wear them, right? And then he says to me, he says, listen to me. He said, I do wardrobe for 30 years. You do music. I said, I don't care what you do. I said, I'm not wearing those pants.
Yeah. So you can't compromise yourself too far, right?
You can't, man. Yeah. So poor Jake, man, they jacked up Jake's hair like a chicken hawk or something. I said, Jake, no. So anyway, man, that was a good experience, man. And the best thing about it is, they were filming RoboCop 2 and Predator 2 in the same warehouse district. So I would see Danny Glover every day. And the cool thing, Shelly, you know this, Shelly, when you're in the movie, you have you have a great, they treat you well. Now the extras, they're not treated so well. They're like cattle. It's not cool. Right. But we had our own trailer with our name on it with food. I mean, it was like way cool, right? So nice. And I really enjoyed that, just having that feeling of I'm special, this week.
Yeah.
It's pretty
yeah.
That's why they call it a cattle call. But we'd love to see that fight in the bar scene, the bar fight. Tazz, can you throw that up?
Yeah, let's see it.
From the movie.
Half your money. Great. What about my credit card? We ain't have no credit card deal. I sent you money. Your car's still in the bathroom. Gotta give it all you got. Till you drop.
I saw you on the keys.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
That was actor Rodney Shelton, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh yeah. It was cool. Eddie Murphy plays keyboards, right?
Okay.
So he came on stage with me. He talked to me every day because he plays keyboards. And so it was cool getting to know him, man. It's really, really cool getting. And Nick Nolte they really, really nice guys. They totally cool. And we were there one day, and Isaac Hayes walked in to the set. We started playing Shaft. It was it was really, really funny.
That's awesome. Funny. Did he sing a little bit, or no?
He just started laughing.
No, okay. Yeah, that's what's up. Well, check this out. So when you're in the music industry and you're a writer, a musician, producer, the beautiful thing about it a lot of times is that you get to collaborate with other artists. So real quick for our viewers at home and for us as well, tell us, give us a few of the artists, or you can tell us all of them if you like. It's up to you. But some of the artists that you had the pleasure to maybe produce for, or write for, things like that.
Yeah, CeCe Peniston, the girl that
Keep On Walking.
CeCe, Keep On Walking. CeCe's a sweetheart, and I met CeCe through a guy named AJ Savage. She was a radio promoter for RCA, and he was kind of managing her. So we hooked up and did this single that was really a great single. Howard Hewitt, one of my favorite all-time singers. I've always said if I could really sing, I want to sound like him.
Howard Hewitt, yeah.
Because his sounds so identifiable. You know that's Howard when he sings. And work with him, work Stephanie Mills. Casey Haley from Casey and JoJo.
Also Jodeci, yeah.
Yeah, work from Jodeci. James Brown.
Yeah, you got to give us the details on the James Brown story.
Yeah, Maria Howe, of course, Michelle Renee.
Michelle.
Yeah, and so anyway, the James Brown came about. Wayne Jernigan, who owns Reflection Studios. I know Ken knows Wayne.
Yeah.
He called me one day and he said, Rob, I got a project for you to do. I said, really? What is? He said, it's big. He said, come over here. He said, bring all your gear. And so I got there, and the producer named Derek Monk, very talented guy from Augusta. He was James's producer. And he said, hey, man, I need somebody to program NPC and do keys and do drums for James Brown. I said, what? I said, okay, I can do that. So I did 2 songs with him. He really liked me. So we did 8 songs.
Sweet.
So we did the track. So I was programming drums and we were doing, and Derek plays keys. So he had all the concepts, in place. And I did that and we did 8 songs. And then a week later, James came in. So James, Bobby Bird,
the legend.
The legend, Bobby Bird. And his manager he's had since 1963 was there too as well, and James's wife and Bobby Bird's wife. And they walked in, man. First of all, James had 2 bodyguards come in the studio first.
Right.
Derek Monk, he prepped us in the studio because Joe Lindsay, who played on the tracks too, he was in the studio at the same time, and Derek prepped us on the do's and don'ts.
Yeah, give us some of those, Rodney.
Well, you can't have your hat on back like this. You don't. Can't have your pants hanging down. And you cannot call him James. It has to be Mr. Brown. It's got to be. Those are the big rules. Like, don't speak to him and I introduce you, and make sure it's Mr. Brown. You call you Mr. Shelton, but it's going to be Mr. Brown. Turn your hat around.
Wow.
So when he walked into the studio, but 2 bodyguards came in first. They walked in first and said, who is this? Who is that? Who is this? Who is that? And then James walks in and James goes, play the track.
Get right to it.
He said, play the track. And so the track came on and played. And he's in there, all of the stuff. Now I'm standing, man, that's James Brown.
Wow.
I couldn't go with it. That's the man. That is the Godfather of soul.
Absolutely.
He's the originator, right? So he comes in there and he goes and sings one of the songs, he and Bobby Bird. They had this little thing worked out. And he comes back in, and then Derek Monk says, hey, Mr. Brown, I want you to beat Mr. Lindsay, Mr. Shelton, And so we talked to him, man. It was amazing. I mean, it was like, this is James Brown. He's the king. Right.
Yeah.
And he said to us one time, he said, son, in music, he said, music's like this. He said, the first time you do it, that's God. The second time, something you trying to do. I was like, wow, that's interesting. Another thing about you, Jerry, I had to sample a lot of his riffs and his verses and choruses.
Okay.
Sometimes you want to move them around, put them in different places. So I had to sample a lot of stuff, right?
Okay.
And Eric told me after the session I had to erase those samples.
Oh, really? So you sampled some of his takes? Is that what you're saying?
A lot of it.
Okay. And you had to erase them.
I didn't erase nothing.
So they didn't stand over you and make sure you erased it?
I put a fake disc in there and pushed it in.
So you still got it. I'm coming through to listen.
I still got all the original samples.
Oh, man.
So
that's
Joe
a treasure.
Ziak played on it as well. Ziak came in and played on it.
Yeah, he gave us a little portion on his episode. Word.
It's crazy. I told Ziad when he approached the solo, I said, Ziad, he wasn't playing it the right way at first. And I said, hey, man, think about Michael Brecker on the solo Candy with Cameo.
Okay.
Once I said that,
he got it.
Killed
it.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. That's a solo. It's Candy. Yes.
That's great.
Yeah. So, any other artists?
Well, I had people. What I did, I had a lot of people. Z and I, we had a production company, and we were signing artists left and right. So I would sign a person, like a young lady or something. I would do one song on them, and I would get label money. I did it all the time. Like I had a Janice Sampson signed to Atlantic. I had Paula Patterson signed to RCA. I had a girl, Delia, who I loved Delia. She was a special singer. And Delia, she was signed to Polygram. Got us signed that we did a whole album. Matter of fact, Delia, Ziad put a record out, and Delia sang all the vocal hooks on Ziad's record. So Ziad, like a Kenny G kind of type thing, where they had like vocal hooks on them. So I met her in the gym one day, and long story short, she gave me a CD of her family doing gospel music, and I was blown away by her voice, right? So I had her sing all the hooks, and when the label heard Ziad's record, they said, "Who is this girl singing?" I said, well, I told her her name. They signed her on the spot, and we did her album in about 40 days. Wrote, produced the whole CD, and her song came out, climbing the charts. She had full-page Billboard ads. I mean, not half-page. Full page.
That's awesome.
And people thought she was Toni Braxton, or she has that Anita Baker, Toni Braxton kind of sound. And they thought, anyway, one day, man, the song just stopped being played, and come to find the label was writing bad checks to the promotion.
That happens.
You know.
It's all good. That's out of your control.
Sure.
Yeah, we do have a picture of you in the studio. We'd like to show to the viewers before I hand it back to Brandon.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's the big mixing board.
Where's the ponytail? Where's the ponytail?
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm gonna pass it on to Brandon there.
All right, well, Rodney, let's take it back to 1991. You wrote and produced a song that I consider a R&B classic because it's got it's an R&B song, but it has a very strong jazz feel to it. It got some live strings on the track. This was a really big hit in 1991 by an artist named Keith Washington. So talk about writing and producing that song right there, which is one of my favorite songs from that time period.
Yeah. Oh, wow, man. Appreciate that. Well, when I was playing piano bar at the Marriott, Keith moved here to Charlotte just for a brief time.
Oh, wow.
And he came into the piano bar, and that's where I met him.
Wow.
We kind of talking and kissing you. You know, you playing in piano bar, sometimes nobody's in there. So I'm always in there making up songs all the time.
Yeah.
I played that song for him, and he says, "What are you doing tomorrow?" He said, "Come to." He lived off of Lawyers Road at the time, and he said, "Man, come to my house, man." I went to his house. Matter of fact, Ziad and I went over there. Went to his house, and he had like a Fostex 4-track or 8-track, whatever it was, and we put that song down right there. Like
awesome.
The way you hear it is exactly what we did. Put it down, change
it,
just like it is. And
wow.
And then from there, Keith started writing lyrics to it. And Keith's wife at the time, Marsha Jenkins, she started writing some stuff to it as well.
Okay.
Next thing I know, but Keith told me, for some reason, Shelly, Keith told me on the original demo of that song, he said the honeycomb, same background on that song. That's what he told me. So that's why I asked you in your segment, Shelly, did you sing with Keith on that song? Because he told me.
Not unless I'm forgetting something, but was it in Detroit then? Because
he's from Detroit, you know, Keith's from Detroit, but I think he was living in LA at the time. And Keith is one of those people, man, that, you know, all the labels wanted him. I mean, he was very, very sought after, you know, and so man, you know, I heard the song recorded, and after I heard it, I was like, oh man, you know, this is a great song. But Keith's whole record was nice. He had his first album was fantastic, I thought. So I thought it was some better songs that he and I did too. But matter of fact, Keith's gonna tell people on the Unsung segment, we doing the Unsung show, and Keith was trying to get that song to Anita Baker.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And Quincy Jones told him, no, you're not. Quincy Jones, he was from Quest Records. And Quincy Jones said, no, man, this is your hit record. This is your hit song. So he said, okay, you know, Quincy speaks and you listen to Quincy. So
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
That's how that song happened, Brandon.
Wow.
Cool. And that big shiny plaque on the wall, that's a platinum plaque for that record, correct?
Yeah, I got a gold, and the platinum is coming. It went platinum.
Platinum's on the way. Okay.
Yeah. It's interesting how songs travel, say from its origin to where it hits the public, like you're saying, you in the piano bar, and then he heard you playing, you went to his house, and then possibly the Honeycomb made same backgrounds, and he tried to give it to Anita, and Quincy Jones said, no, that's your, the song itself has a whole complete journey sometimes before it hits the public. That's very interesting.
Absolutely.
Very interesting.
And I thought about something. It might have been one or two of us, because we used to work separate from each other doing background.
Okay.
So that very well could have been either Edna or Carolyn or someone on the track.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, that's cool. Cool connection there. Well, let's take the viewers down memory lane and take a
Let's
listen
go.
to Kissing You by Keith Washington and Rodney Shelton.
Yeah.
Loving you all through the night. Tonight is our night. Yeah. Oh, loving you all through the night. It will all turn out right. Tonight's the night we will share. Turn off the lights, come close to me. Tell me I'm all you ever need. Tell me it's not just a dream. And if it is, my heart believes that you are mine. And this is real. This is real. My baby, ooh lady, let me show you that. Let me show you that I love you, baby. Yes, I do. So do it for me.
Classic record. Classic
That took
record.
me back.
Yeah.
Hey man, that's Detroit. You know what I'm saying? That's my homeboy. Keith.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
I had to say this. Friend of ours, this is still on the same topic. Chuck Edgerton, he's on here right now. He used to play
What up,
keys
Chuck?
on the board. Now he knows Keith. Keith was in his band. Look at this.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Gino.
Gino. I know Gino. Yeah,
I know
man.
Gino Washington too. Yeah, yeah. So that's a fantastic. Hey man, hats off to you because you've accomplished a lot of things. Yeah, that's fantastic. So when you came back to Charlotte, what was the scene like? When you came back to Charlotte, are you working with anybody now around Charlotte?
Well, I'm in the Mo Money band, of course. I've been playing around for years. Been doing that, and I've been doing these jazz clubs now that Brandon does too as well at the Middle C, and I play with Michelle Renee a lot. We just did a show there recently, and had a good time. Even due to COVID, they had it kind of sectioned off pretty. Everybody felt safe to be in that club, so we did that. I play with Robin Springer a lot, and just anybody that calls me, I played church Sunday.
There we go.
That experience, it was fantastic. Jerry, the keyboard rig they had for me there. It was ridiculous.
What all did they have for you?
Oh, man, the Nord, everything. It was
nice. Nord. Yeah, I like the Nord, especially the pianos and organs on there. Very realistic. I still gotta do the syncing up to my laptop to pull the sounds off and everything. Right. I think I got a stage two Nord. But they're sweet, man. And I'm a Yamaha guy too.
It's crazy, Ken, talking about local bands. The Mo Money band, we do a medley of some of y'all's music. Yeah, we put a melody of Little More Time into Carolina Girls, right? We love doing that song. And I told Ken, when we learned it, I said, Ziad, you're not playing the sax solo like Ken. Oh, man, I said, that sax solo is great. You got to play it just like Ken plays it.
Yeah. It's a classic solo.
That's classic. It's classic solo.
I asked him last week, I said, hey, man, you playing my solo? He said, I have. But, you know, I think we have a clip of you and your band and Robin Spring and Ziad doing Between the Sheets.
Okay, yeah.
Ooh, baby, baby. Sharing our love. Ooh, baby, baby, baby. Your love to me. Ooh, baby, baby. Sharing our love between the sheets.
Yeah.
Nice.
Key bass.
Yeah,
Key bass,
Yeah,
Rodney?
Thank you,
Yeah,
baby.
Yeah, I hear you. I see you.
That's a,
Can't wait to have live music again here in Charlotte. We right there with you.
Absolutely.
Shout out to Linda Sue Lane. She's one of our faithful viewers.
yes,
We
yes.
appreciate you.
And Alfreda.
Alfreda Harris Collins.
Yes. So I'm gonna turn it over to the beautiful Shelly.
Oh, thank you, Ken.
Yeah.
So we're going to save the very best for last. Rodney, we want to know about what new projects are you working on? I know they're going to be fantastic. And talk to us a little bit about that. First, let me back up for just a minute. Just wanted to ask, did we forget to show your ASCAP award for?
They have.
Yeah, I think we did.
Beautiful award.
Got to show that.
There it is.
Americans,
There it is.
composers, authors, and publishers for Kissing You, publisher and writer.
There it is. There.
Yeah.
You a businessman.
Official.
A businessman. Okay, I'll take that.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, now we can move on. Can you talk to us a little bit about your project Going Down? Is that the name of it?
Yeah, It's Going Down. It's written by myself and a friend of mine, Lori Youngblood, who's a pretty good, great lyric writer. And we did this song, and I used Terry Phillips, who was formerly with Blackstreet, and he was. You know Terry Brandon?
Oh yeah, from Blackstreet, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I
know him too.
And, you know Terry? Okay, you know
I haven't met him, but I know who he is.
Yeah, he can sing his butt off. Matter of fact, Terry did the demo for the song I did with Howard Hewitt, and I told Terry to try to cop Howard Hewitt's licks. And when Howard heard the demo, Howard said, "Who was that guy singing?" He sounded almost just like him. I mean, he killed it.
Wow.
And so, because I always believe in when you give somebody a song, try to demo the song
for
so
them.
they can hear themselves doing it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I always felt like that's a good way to give somebody a song.
Yeah.
So I had Terry on this song, and I had Delia on this record too as well. And, I love this song actually.
We want to hear an audio clip from it.
Yes, yes.
You got something for us?
Down, so down. You and me in ecstasy. Give this love just what it needs. Down, oh, so down. Tonight is the night. Make it all right again. Down, so down. Up in here, it's clear we're ready for love. Are you ready for it? Down, so all night. Up in here, it's clear we're ready for love.
Man, I was looking at my watch on that note he held. I think he held about 10 seconds or so.
You know, Terry Phillips comes from a very musical family. You know, his dad, Billy Phillips, was the guitarist with Maurice Williams and the Zodiacs.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yes. Very
cool.
talented. Yes.
That song is totally sexy. I love it.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
Might as well take us home now, huh?
And I think Rodney was saying something real quick.
No, speaking of Billy, you remember Billy Griffin?
Yes. Yes.
You remember Billy Shelton? You know, he took Smokey's place in the Miracles when Smokey did Miracles. He wrote that song, "I'm Just a Love Machine." And so I did a song with Billy Griffin too that came out. It's a beautiful ballad called "Forgive Me If You Can." I met Billy in LA. We did this song together. He still has that old school great sounding voice, man. And this song we did together is beautiful.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah,
All right. Go ahead, kid.
Awesome.
We're friends. You know, we were working on getting Billy on this show.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
Yeah. And I think Tazz reached out to him, and you know, we're still waiting to hear back.
Okay.
But,
Cool.
yeah.
All right. So in a moment, we're about to open up for a little live Q&A from the audience. But before we do that, Rodney, let the viewers on Facebook land and YouTube land know where they can find you online, your websites, your social media, all of that good stuff.
Did y'all pop it up?
We waiting on you to say it.
Rodney Keys Shelton.
RodneyKeysShelton.com.
Yeah.
Nice.
Our website. It's still under construction a little bit, but check it out.
It's all good.
Appreciate it.
All right. Okay. So I think now we're going to transition into a little live Q&A. Folks at home, if you got a quick question for Rodney before we wrap, type it below. Rodney, did you ever have the privilege of working with Luther Vandross?
I have not, but I worked with a lot of his people that the same with him. Curtis King, Brendan White King Jr. I worked with them a lot. So I never worked with Luther. I wish I would have.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
You love Luther for sure.
Shout out to Stevie Levy. Miss Maureen Lamb Prater, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I'm sorry if I butcher you guys' last name. I apologize. Okay, folks, if you got a question, please drop it. We about to wrap up here in a few minutes. So, you know, while we got the brilliant Mr. Rodney Shelton here, if you got a question for him, go ahead and drop it in the comments, and we'll do our best to pop it up so we can address it.
Got your sister.
He's my brother. Big support.
Yeah.
Mel Shelton.
Yeah, that's my brother.
Yeah.
Your brother.
He's a great guy too, man.
Yeah, man.
Great guy. Yeah, I met him first before I met you.
Right.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah.
Sweet. I'm looking too just to see here what's okay. Lisa Ryan says, I've known Rodney forever and loved finding out so much more tonight.
Awesome.
That's awesome.
Hey,
That's the yeah, oh yeah, definitely. And that this is the joy of this show, you know, where we can kind of get into behind the curtain a little bit and into your history with your musical journey and things of that nature. Okay, no Luther, but what about Jimmy James?
I'm not sure Jimmy James.
Jimmy Jam?
Jimmy James. Here it is. This is from the UK. Jimmy James and the Vagabonds.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
Oh, no.
Brent, you remember this? When we were there in January, we went to see Jimmy James the night before we performed over at the festival over there. You remember that?
Skegness.
Skegness, yeah.
Skegness.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So he's speaking of Jimmy James and the Vagabonds. It's the English
Okay,
speaker.
I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to my Aunt Florence. She's tuned in every week. My buddy DJ Famous. Travis is on.
Got one more question here from Milton Crow. Wants to know, tuning in from the Crow's Nest TV show. And he wants to know, did you write the song for CeCe Peniston?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, wrote a song for her called Nothing Can Stop Me Now.
Okay, that's the name of the record.
You Can Stop Me Now.
Awesome.
Cool deal. And Milton also says he's coming to the show July 10th. I saw that.
And March.
Next year in the UK?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Okay. I'm planning on coming July 10th too.
Oh yeah, I think I'll be there. I'm trying to
Yeah, we're gonna do our best, you know.
There's my girl, Kathy. What's up?
Oh.
A road dog.
Okay.
She lives in New Orleans.
Right.
Oh, we got let's see, Mr. Music Man Company Charlotte. How do you approach writing a song? That's a good question, sir.
Yeah.
Man, that's Rob Laurie. That guy's name is Rob.
Oh yeah.
I did a gig with Rob. Rob used to play at PTL, and I produced a song called "So Glad." It actually won a contest, and we played a show in LA for this Budweiser Showdown contest.
Nice.
And, yeah, that's Rob.
Okay.
Yeah,
but go ahead. But how do you approach writing your songs though?
You know what, man? I don't have a set formula.
Yeah.
Like sometimes, God just gives you music all the time, and I can sit home and just start with the piano, or I can start with a drum beat. But a lot of times, I'll just sit down and I think God just gives me songs. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got you. Is it a sound? Sometimes, like a sound could trigger an idea, like for putting a track down, or
absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
And I'm big too, Jerry, on writing. Like sometimes, man, people have always told me like I don't talk so romantic, you know.
Yeah.
But I write.
You write romantic though.
I can write songs. I can express myself.
Yeah. Nice.
I'm very connected emotionally to my songs that I write for sure.
Nah, that's awesome, man. That's awesome. Yeah. Okay. Let's see what else we got here. Any other questions, folks? The sand in the hourglass is almost out.
All right, we got one more question. James France, Rodney, do you still play the trumpet?
That's funny. That's funny. But listen, in the Shades of Soul, I broke my hand playing football, right?
Okay.
So my dad told me, no more football for you, Rod. I had one more game to go. And the first play of the game, I broke my hand. And he had bought me a new set of drums. And the next day, my dad said, you know what, son? Go downstairs and take your good hand and pack those drums up because you can't play with one hand. And he was mad, right? So the Shades of Soul had to play some gigs. We got a new drummer who's actually better than me, right? Everybody kept saying, hey, Rob, we like him better than you. I said, this is my band. I started playing trumpet. And for me, there was no glory in playing trumpet. So I mean, no piece of trumpet players. I just didn't see.
That wasn't your thing.
Yeah, it wasn't going to be my thing. So that's funny you asked me that. I played trumpet for 2 gigs, and that was it.
Yeah. Did you tell us how you made the transition from drums to playing keys? I can't remember right off.
Yeah, because of that. because I broke my hand, and that was it. You know.
I got you. Okay, so it's all encompassed into one thing, and with a little trumpet sprinkled on top.
Yeah, man.
All right. Yeah. All right, then. Any more questions, guys? I think we'll take maybe one more, and then
I'm searching now.
Okay. Been searching for a long time.
I don't see any more questions after the trumpet question.
Okay. Yeah. Well, man, we appreciate you, Rodney, for joining us for episode 10. And like I said, me and you have crossed paths several times, but even, it was a pleasure for me to even sit down and learn a little bit more about you and your endeavors. You know what I mean?
Man, thanks y'all for having me, man. I really, really, really appreciate this. Shelly, great meeting you. Wow, man. The things you've done. And Ken, just, man.
Yeah.
Brandon, I can sing like you, Brandon. Whew.
Yeah, that boy can sing. That boy good.
It, man.
Yeah.
Bad dude, man. A bad dude.
Your sister says hello, Belinda Harris.
Oh, Belinda, okay.
Pinky.
Linda.
Oh, by the way.
She said to ask you about what you have going on.
Yeah.
What we have going on, I guess you and her.
Yeah, she and I have a song called Carry On.
Mm-hmm.
We're doing a video to it real soon. And this song is it's a very, very moving song. It addresses telling like we all lose people in our life, and so it's about telling the kids and telling like people who grandpa was and who auntie was, who's passed on. This song is called "Carry It On," and she and I wrote this song together, and we put it out really, really soon. It's a very, very emotional song. I make sure I send it to you guys so you can check it out. Okay?
Yeah, do that.
That sounds very important because it's all about family and the youngsters sometimes need to know the matriarchs and patriarchs of the family, know where they come from and all of that. It goes beyond just mom and dad.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Rodney.
No, I'm saying that song to me is very powerful, and it's so important to let little kids know who when they get a chance to meet grandpa and grandma and that's where they're from. That's where their roots are. Yeah. This song, it kind of addresses that family, so. Yeah,
great grandparents and all that. My parents my mom schooled me that my great grandmother was a full-blooded Cheyenne Indian. I had no idea. I mean, I, of course, never got a chance to meet her, but through carrying on tradition and passing that knowledge on, that's how we know, those sorts of things. So it's all good.
Yeah.
Any last words, guys? We're real quick before we close off. Before we close out, I want to remind everyone to, after you log off, go right over to YouTube if you're not already there. Click the like and subscribe so you can get that content every week, hot out the fish grease, and then you can be the cool person to tell all your friends about the new content you have discovered. So and share it with your friends. We working really hard to get our numbers up, and once we get our numbers up, that will secure us a spot where we can keep doing this for you guys week in and week out. And thank you to those who really support us. We see some familiar names every week, and we really appreciate you guys here locally, nationally, and internationally. We all doing this together. Try to build this platform and make it something that will be sustainable. We appreciate you guys so much. Any closing words to my fellow co-hosts?
Well, we just want to remind everybody also next week we do have another musician, singer, songwriter. Name of Ray Parker Jr.
Mm-hmm.
I want to make sure you tune in next week, but we definitely appreciate Rodney Shelton, Rodney Shelton, for coming through and sharing his experiences with us. I enjoyed the interview, learned a lot about you, man.
Yes, man. I appreciate y'all so much, man. Seriously.
Very good, man.
All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen at home, we're signing off until next week. God bless you. Wash your hands, wear your mask. We're out of here.
Good night, everybody.
Peace.
Peace.